You have worked your buns off to create your dream studio. I mean, you've got the facility, you've got the students and the families, you've got a rock star staff who steps up and does things for you. So you don't necessarily need to be there. It can run without you. And you might be then thinking to yourself, well, what's next? I don't know what's next. And so that's what we're going to tackle in today's episode of the Erin Bird Live Show. And if you're joining me, say, hey, Erin, what's up? Let me know that you're here. I always want to know who is here with me live today. We had a few little technical difficulties. I am multitasking mama today. We have the performance of The Lion King, one of our first performances, actually the first performance of Lion King Jr. And so you are getting me live from the car, which I think is part of my technical difficulties, but that's okay. So if you're joining me, say what's up. Let me know that you're here. If you stumbled upon this broadcast somehow, I'm Erin Bird, and I work with dance studio owners and educators to really grow their businesses, all without the overwhelm, the burnout, or sacrificing of your personal life, because the reality is you don't have to, and the whisperer of what's next. So if you're joining me, say hello. And if you come back in on the replay, I want to know that as well. So let's go ahead and dive into this idea of the what's next. I've created the dream studio, Erin. What's next? And so I recently have been working with several clients who have come to me because they're really in a place of transition, because they don't know what feels like the right next step. They've worked really, really hard to create and to bring their vision of their studio to fruition. They have, like I said, they've gotten their students, maybe they're filled to capacity. They have a team, rockstar team, who takes care of things for them. And they're finding themselves a little at a place where they're not just sure what's next for them. What does the next phase of life look like for them? And so if this is you, if this resonates with you, I want you to know that you're not alone. So many times, for people who are high achievers, and they feel like, oh my gosh, I got to the top of Mount Everest, but yet I'm left feeling like I don't know what's next. And I feel like there should be more. I know there's more inside me to give, but I don't know what that looks like. I don't know what that looks like. Does that mean I scale and I open up another location? Does that mean that I should start planning my retirement? Should I sell my studio? Should I franchise? Should I create another product or service that's complementary to, the dance industry, or something wildly different like real estate? What is next for me? And I can tell you from personal experience that so many times we get caught up in this place of indecision. We know that there should be more, but we've met the status quo. And so we're not sure, what does that look like for me? And it could be really hard to decide, honestly, on your own, because if you've lived your life for so long attaching to the idea that you are a dance studio owner, you are a dance teacher, and you've accomplished that, and then it's but I don't know who else I am, or what else I would love to do if I wasn't doing this, or in conjunction with this. And I absolutely adore working with clients who are at a crossroads, because I love being able to ask the hard questions that will help us find the right solution for them and their needs. So I have a client who had owned her studio for over 40 years, and she wasn't ready to completely retire, but she also knew that she had outgrown being a studio owner. And so our plan for her was, we walked her through. She decided to close her studio, and now she is semi-retired and created a curriculum that she is now selling. And that was a fantastic transition for her because it's allowing her to stay active, to still be involved in our community, but not have the feelings of all of the day-to-day requirements of being a studio owner. So that was beautiful. And then I have other studio owners who I work with, and they're like, okay, we maxed out the studio space and we helped them launch a really profitable mobile program because it can be its own standalone thing if you so desire it to be. And I've had people who came to me and say, I don't want to write a book, Erin. I want to start a separate company. There's been quite a few of those actually that I have worked with in our industry that they were at the place of what's next for me. What does the next phase of life look like? And I want you guys to know that as humans, we grow and we change. And it's okay not to stay tied to something that doesn't feel in alignment with who you are or who you are becoming. It's okay to say, this isn't bringing me the joy it used to, if that's how you're feeling. But then we just need to figure out what's next. What will bring you joy? What's in alignment with who you are and who you want to be? Okay? It's okay. It's okay to reach the top of Mount Everest and then say, what's the next climb? It's okay. Every season of life has a new phase and a new wants and desires and goals and needs. And it's perfectly normal and okay. And it doesn't change who you are internally, and it doesn't change your identity as to who you are, because you are more than just a dance studio owner. You're a whole lot more, my friends. So I would love, if you feel like you're in a place of transition, but you're not quite sure where you're going yet, I would love to chat with you. And we can see if we can help you kind of pull back the layers of this onion and really come up with what is the next delicious recipe for you and for your life. Because there's infinite possibility out there, my friends. There's infinite possibility. You just have to believe that there is. So I'm going to leave you all there. If you would like to chat and say, what's next, Erin, for me? I don't know. Drop the word chat and I will reach out to you and we will chat about what is next for you in this next phase of life. So I'm going to leave you there. I've got mama duty for Lion King Jr. in just a few minutes. And I will talk to you next week for another episode of the Erin Bird Live Show, where we talk about business strategy and tips and tricks and mindset, and hopefully bring you a little dose of joy and inspiration on Wednesday morning. So I'm going to leave you there. I hope you have a fantastic one, and I will speak to you very, very soon. Bye, friends.